if this is not the Limey. So I'm using a different browser and everything seems fixed now, but the voices I have left are kinda meh. So we have a robotic voice now, Lime. And I need to add create new Firefox sound. Oh, you cannot hear it yet. Oh, it's gonna be really fun for you. Hide.
Try it with Edge instead
There you go.
of Chrome.
What do you want me to do? The browser, Microsoft Edge.
Voices are most likely browser-based.
Yeah, I think so too. And seems like Firefox is not very based. How are you, Lime?
Well, I know they can be, but I don't know the implementation.
Beep boop. Installieren. So, okay, I'm finally at the point where I have full power. So yeah, I refreshed, like I did a fresh start. I was like, screw it all, it's too much for me. I'm now using Satisfactory tools to plan my factory so I can finally, you know, not ADHD the fuck out. So here we are. And at the moment I'm hard drive hunting again. I'm not going for summer sloops. And I try to not overclock shit because I wanna run on low power. And one thing that chiseled itself into my brain is you saying resources. Yes, resources are infinite. Well, here's the thing. There is an upside to using power slugs and summer sloops, which is you have very small factories. But the downside of that is very, very expensive power bill. Not too good. Very expensive. Okay. The program says it is installed. Okay, Lime. The second we talk anything Asian, you instantly go. Racist British person orders Asian food. Okay. Speech chat. Connect. And now it's gonna go, check your phone, two-factor authentication. Yes, it's me. Shut up now. Jetzt nicht, Englisch nie übersetzen, Kennwort speichern, jetzt nicht. Also, I turned the creatures into, they only attack me when I attack them. Alright, so we're turning off Firefox, running this. What do we have? Voice. Oh my. Okay. Microsoft Aria. Okay, let's try that one. Okay, that sounds kind of cool. Let's implement this in here. Also, I'm again watching the software guy, the developer guy, watch some video, and he's constantly rambling about shit. I don't understand anything, but it's fucking fascinating to listen to. I don't know, I cannot stop myself. I don't know. Funny. Yeah. I don't know, he's so fascinating to listen to. He has good takes, very leveled takes, fair takes. But all the technical jibber jabber, I don't fucking understand what he's saying. Okay, where's Firefox? Huh? Didn't I just... Yeah, but there's so many languages. At the moment, I'm like on the verge of... maybe I figure out some language to maybe go into. But then on the other hand, I'm like, bro, listen. Okay, you go first. What do we call this? Edge sound. Edge sound. Edge. Say something.
Test.
Okay, there we go.
Programming skills are like ideas. You can picture the idea of a dog walking down the street.
Yeah. Do you like the voice? Looney. Looney, come. The cats are weird again.
Languages are just like real languages, with syntax being just like language syntax.
Yeah, in some languages... Here's the thing. I watched the video where Prime was like, you know, you can do almost anything in a language.
So if you understand programming concepts,
but don't be the roller coaster Excel guy, you know? Just because you can do
then the
it
syntax is far simpler.
doesn't mean you should do it. But homie was so good in Excel that he made a fucking roller coaster.
Sure, I agree.
Same with I mean
But there are different levels of that.
yeah. I mean there's also the Sandstorm Factorio guy. You know. That's impressive. If you are on that level, you're one of a kind. In my opinion. Okay, quickly.
If it is your first language, it doesn't matter.
Okay, give me one moment, lad. Okay, so we went bowling today, by the way. Completely different topic right now. I went bowling today with the family, and I crushed them. Holy shit, dude. Fucking noobs. It was me, my sister, and my parents, and damn, boy.
Kecked.
It was great. First throw I threw in, I don't know, 10 years? Must be more. 15 years? And a fucking strike. I was like, okay, let's go. This is gonna be great. uh... Yeah, that was good.
You shitters are going down.
Yeah. Pack your shit. Go home. It's over. It's decided. I want my money back. So yeah, that was great. Okay, delete Firefox sound. Add Edge sound. Okay, should work. So yeah, anything else about programming? So yeah, I don't know, Lime, dude. Listen, I get overwhelmed at work at the moment.
You better pay me for the privilege of playing in the same game as me.
The thing is, I kind of like my job, my craftsman sort of job, and I'm thinking if I always forget the word. Let me look it up. Bidding. Yeah, unconditional basic income. There is talks about it, and if this ever comes, I'm doing I think an apprenticeship, it's what it's called. Either in plumbing or in... What's the other one called?
Plumbers get so much fucking money.
Yeah. And I like the job. It's great, dude. You make sure people get fucking water in their apartment and poopy water out of the apartment.
I like electricity.
Yeah, that's not my thing. Luckily, plumbing is a bit easier. And I like copper. I don't know why. I like copper. I think copper is great. So, there's that. So yeah, I'm hard drive hunting, and I might stop soon. I have a paint picture and the website up, so I don't miss any. I'm not going for summer sloops at the moment, because I only need them for energy at a later stage. And I hope, I don't know if, I hope that I can run with one coal plant until oil, and then I just go into fuel. What do you think?
Yeah, though, with programming, I'd
Oh,
just say it really depends in what it is you want to do with it.
Yeah, that's true. I guess there is a demand for anything.
You have a general idea of programming and scripting.
Do you think so? I don't know if I do.
Which are different.
Oh no! It's the big boy. The big boy is on steroids. We don't like that. Can we wall him in? Oh no. Do we have walls? We do have walls. Crap. Valid aim location. Why? Oh. Really? It needs
Lady is a little loud from Edge, though.
Okay. Turning it down. Okay. I turned it down like 20%, I think. Okay, how the hell do I lock him in?
Oddast. Better.
Yeah. Oh. Walls?
Maybe up a
No!
little, but it's fine for just me.
Okay, I'll put it up again a bit. Zip. I'm scared of this guy, and I don't have the blueprint yet to lock him in.
Ask.
The voice is good.
Honestly, Edge is a very decent browser.
Screw you! Why can you walk like this? Dude doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, he doesn't attack me. He is... Yeah, he's not attacking me. Though he's still... How should I say this? Glowing with positivity.
Unless it's radiated.
Yeah, it is. Wait, and then they do? That's cracked as hell.
No, I mean. If it's radiated, you will still die from radiation.
Yeah. It's gonna be fine. I checked this thing only needs 10 silica. So in and out, no problem. Boom. Boom. And we're out.
Damaged hard drive recovered. Return it to the MAM for data
Boom.
recovery.
And then I have to... Hey, go away. Okay.
Wait, turn around again.
I think there's a summer sloop.
I know where you are.
Yeah, on the west coast. Pretty sure there is a summer sloop. Guess I can grab it. Then... the question is, do I have enough already? Because I don't think I can search anymore. Yep. I cannot, that's good. Not sure if I want to get...
There's geysers around here, IIRC.
Yeah, but this time I don't think I'm going for geysers at all. They're a pain in the ass, considering they need like computers and shit, or like some other crap. So yeah, CBA. A lot of those...
Stitched plate can be quite useful with iron wire.
Which one is the best one though? Here's bolted.
Anything that removes screws
Oh.
is generally considered good.
Okay, but I don't mind screws because I have cast screws. Okay, I think I'm... Let me check if the next one there is good. Easy to get. 5 quartz crystals. I need
It's just the volume of
quartz.
screws is usually too high for your belts in early game.
Okay, that's a great point. There no friggin' quartz around here?
So you have to fuck around with belts.
Yeah, okay. Okay, am I getting some quartz to then get the thing? I think I will. Unless...
That'll be the red forest quartz.
Unless... There is some right there. No, but there's a oscillator or whatever. I want that one. I'm sorry, Lime, but I think concrete flooring or whatever you call it is the best. Okay. I'm going for the quartz. Guess. I don't need much. I just need the thing.
Why do you want the oscillators?
I need oscillators for another hard drive. Somewhere further down. This one needs oscillators.
Alright.
Slug? Do I hear a slug? I don't care about slugs too much right now. Somewhere there. Oh wait, is it all the way up there? I hope not.
Unless it's purple. Yes. The quartz on the map there is in the red forest.
Yeah. Honestly, I'll continue my thing later. And, oh! This is a win-win situation. Because if I see this correctly, this is quartz, and here we have a purple boy.
Purple slug noise.
And then we produce them with the summer sloops and get double.
The voice is quite good.
Yeah, right? Sounds like AI. Oh, she's doing the pitching and everything. Pretty good. Okay. 5 quartz crystals. I can make that, right? Yes. Really? What do you split again? Oh. Okay. Still need one more space for the stupid summer sloop. There's another purple. No. Again, I'm not gonna use many anyways. Hello, MAM. Get it? So I'm work tomorrow or what?
Yes.
Are you looking forward to it? Will we get some updraft thing? Yes, we are.
Though I
Woo!
have every Friday off up to and including December the 13th.
Ah, that is so cool. Yeah, it's the typical time of the year. I remember. By the way, if you want, we could...
And then I have Wednesday 18th until the new year off.
Nice. If you want to, we could listen to Prime. If you're up to, if you want to. Blah, blah, ooh, yeah.
Convert slugs.
And then? Screw the
Reduce
biofuel.
space.
I don't have my, I don't have my... You know? My dimensional depot yet. This. I'm
Yes, but
fucking steel. Oh yeah, they also. Yeah, but I don't want to because I need summer
3
sloop.
different kinds of slugs condensed down into one.
I need summer sloop to use to make double. Uh oh. Those guys don't care about my peace treaty. Assholes. They never do. So you chose death.
Just sneak.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know he
Easy
was
clap.
there. Will they attack me now too? The small ones? No way they
No
don't.
idea.
Lamau? That's really funny. They are actually retarded. First, okay. They don't like it if their mother gets attacked.
You fell. So came out of sneak. I think.
No, no, no. I think because I attacked it. I don't think they like that. Because the mother didn't open.
Maybe.
Yeah. I think I fell before and it was okay. Okay, this is starting to get rough. Can I have the aluminium? We're calling it the real way. Aluminium. Not doing the retarded way. Okay. Stamp added.
You won't use cooling systems in an eternity.
Yeah, but maybe there
Just
is...
leave them there.
No, maybe there's a hard drive that needs one.
And take the stators.
I'm about to make stators anyways. It's okay, Lime. Okay, we're going back. This. Did I drop something there? Oh yeah, that's my biofuel thing. What do you think? Do you think you can get to...
Around here was my first major train and hypertube setup.
Nice. Do you think you can get to fuel with 600 megawatts? Bye. No way, there were quartz crystals! What the f- Oh, big boy.
Literally yes, but feasibly probably not.
The effigies ripples through our temples, our veins nearly touch.
I will try, Lime.
Each shy, notes shall be taken and played.
From a certain perspective, your brain looks like it is processing language, but there is no auditory data. If you are hearing voices that are not mine, this is no cause for concern. It is a common side effect of extreme pressure and stress.
I hear the glow. Where is the slow? G. Ah! Taking this. We need those. We need the purple friends. Oh shit, no, we don't like this. Crap. Okay, we can do it though. I have a lot to eat. It's gonna be fine. Okay, let's eat. Now let's eat the first ones.
It's funny that they changed the damage on the poison.
Was it bigger or lower?
It used to be half a bar.
Whoa! Wait, half a bar, your entire bar, or one bracket, one block? Because this is pretty heavy.
Half of a single block.
Okay. Oh, yeah, this shit hurts now.
It caught me quite off guard.
Yeah. Ah, there's another one. I think? Yeah. Taking this. Let's nut the fuck up. Nom nom nom. Spiders. Oh, they're friendly now. Also, I could stay like this, and then if I have a good aim, which I will not have.
Eat the blue nuts.
Ah!
Ha.
Did it. Did it. If you fly, you have higher pickup range. Did you know that?
Correct.
I knew that. There's some glowing. Very close.
Most easily seen with the hover pack.
Yeah. Where is it? I'm so close. Spider, hello, can you tell me where it is? Dude, I can almost hear it.
Looks at you confused. Refuses to elaborate.
Skitters around. What the hell? Looks like I'm not getting that one. Let's get the slug. Was this a mother? I like that, especially in the night, you can see slugs from so far away. I assume that's intended. It's a great feature. Overall, the game design of this game is impeccable. Genius design. The whole "we do not waste" is really ingrained in your brain very early on. Somewhere around here's pure copper, and I think here's pure...
But I don't think I would like that game.
Okay, Lime. You made that point 20 times now, okay? Okay? You get it. I think I should ban that sentence. Oh nah, then you're gonna find 20 different variations of it. You're just gonna make a challenge out of it. Nope, I'm not doing it. I already conceded. Okay, the cats are besieging me. I think I need to throw them.
But yes, honestly.
Need to throw them a bit more cat treats. Hey, Looney. Freddy. Cat siege. Ah, but Luna, you have quite a belly. Maybe you...
This is likely in my top 3 favorite games.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's becoming mine too. The replayability is insane. That's why you and your brother are playing it every year. I'm very surprised that I don't drop to 1 FPS looking at this.
The rush is funny.
Yeah, must be cool with 2 people active, like in one... Are you going in one go?
How do you mean?
You start up the game and then you finish? Or you go to sleep? Did it already take whatever it was?
We keep the server on.
Ah, okay.
But we do sleep.
Alright. I like the wind sound here too. Okay.
We don't play 24/7.
Do I have sulfur somewhere here? Oh, it's wrong. I don't have even sulfur yet. Well. You guys want a nut? Also, I like how...
Do you recognize this place?
Yeah, my starting area. Like there. That's my starting area. Great. Okay, here we are. So, all the way back there, right here, I pinged it. Here's my coal plant. And I do have a lot of storage problems. This is why I have those. 9 tickets, that's kind of cute. And yeah. Let's see. Alright. Okay, I need steel production and then I can do more hard drives again. Because then we need the iron to steel pipes. Hopefully it works, Friedi. I need to feed the cats more. They demand it. Second. Okay, here we go. Blimey. Alright. What are we doing? But yeah, I think in order to make them, I need, yeah, pipes. Which at the moment I think I do have few. 59. I don't. And what I don't like is that you cannot automate the SAM production. I don't like that. It should be able to be automated once you unlock it. Well, don't tell me I'm just like one short. I lose my mind. Oh, okay. I'm far off. Alright, so we need pipes anyway. So we need modular frames for that. And for that to happen... Man, get my inventory. Oh! No way, it's only one pipe. Hehe, never mind. Why did my... Oh... My god, I'm full again. Oh! What? Oh man. But I'm feeling good right now, so... Okay. I'm just gonna listen to some Prime. I will not understand whatever he's gonna say. Desktop, Edge, and we need Chrome. Vertical layout. That's okay, that's actually kind of cute. Desktop Chrome. Okay, Chrome is active, and let's go.
You're watching from the gym? Good. Let's get your reps in for articles. Microsoft is a black hole of money and talent. Before starting, I think we need some context about my current situation. I am a web dev who has been asked to help another department at our company with some of their problems. When I accepted this position, I was not informed about their situation or why my help was needed. But I was asked very nicely and frankly speaking, working on another bullshit React project bored me deeply. Before joining them, I learned what they work on, Microsoft Dynamic ERP. I believe this information was withheld from me until the last possible moment with full knowledge of the hissy fit I would throw when finding out I'm working on a Microsoft product. I mean, hey, you know, can we all be real here for just a second? Can we all be real here just for 1 second? This is not React's fault. This is the unromantic life of a web dev, okay? When you're just thrown together, React, CRUD, app, you go to your Node.js, you go, you know, app.get/new, whatever, path matching. Okay, go to database. Okay, go get this with this query params. Okay, go to the front end. Okay,
This
make
is literally all
Flexbox
my
or
world
grid.
raffle.
Really? I don't understand what he's saying, but it does sound dull, I guess.
Layout, let's go, Tailwind. What is it again? Go to Tailwind's website. Okay, it's Flex. Okay, yep, okay, with W-full. Okay, here we go. Right, you're just digital plumbing. When you're not building an actual product, I think it really doesn't matter on the framework. It's all going to be boring, right? It's just all going to be a little bit painful. I did that for a while, and it's just hard. You know, I think sometimes React gets a bad rap for the wrong reason. I think the right reason does exist, but that's not the right reason. I think that you can make that into anything, right? Like imagine if you were a hardware developer and all you did was do the initial memory layout, right? You just did the first memory layout. You're just constantly working in the map world of the memory. You just are like, all right, new device up. All right, first 1,000 kilobytes goes to here. Next 1,000 kilobytes goes to here. Next 1,000 kilobytes goes to here. Okay, we're starting up a new project. All right, I'm gonna start up the, you know, it's just like you're constantly doing the same thing over and over again. It really doesn't matter what it is. It will be boring. Like imagine being the video game tester that has to just walk into walls all day testing geometry. You know what I mean? Like that ain't that fun, you know? Oh God, it's bad. Before moving to this department, I was I was not really aware of ERP space. What is ERP? I just heard this term.
ERP.
What does ERP stand
things.
for again? Exotic roleplay, Enterprise React Server Component Planning, Enterprise Resource Planning, Enterprise Resource Planning. There's another version of ERP that also exists that's not that. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Because it's one of the worst fields to ever exist. You know, I actually I often find these type of products, they tend to at least have some level of complicated programming that makes it more fun. Just hear me out here. I worked on tax software at Web Filing, okay? I didn't even mean to like make this all collide. And I actually had a lot of fun doing it. I'd say it was the most pivotal role of my life, the most challenging role of my life. Scripted, I know, hashtag ad. Anyway, I'm just saying, sometimes these products can be a lot of fun to work on, but you have to get past the shit, okay? Because that always exists in every product. It's just years of people's good ideas slowly becoming worse over time. I enjoy building ERP products. I'm sure there's a lot of fun stuff about it, yeah. ERP somehow managed to straddle the line between overly complicated messes that have to mold around the needs of every company in the world and some of the dullest, most boring work environments that can ever exist. Fair and factual. Just so you know, I'm not making it up. The most common task we receive is something along the lines of, we need this column in this page urgent. Why is having another column an urgent task? What do the numbers they just asked for mean? These questions will be left unanswered. But let's go back to the steaming pile of garbage Microsoft managed to create. This is sounding good. Is Java dead in 2024? No. Probably because it was developed sometime around 2015. Yep. When Microsoft drank the cloud Kool-Aid, they decided the best way to host some of the most sensitive company information that their clients can ever have is in Azure. First off, just to be completely fair, the cloud Kool-Aid is an expensive drink, okay? This thing's coming out. Dude, this is top shelf whiskey, okay? You're doing some sort of Sazerac or you're doing some sort of allocated whiskey.
He has some really dumb ways to say shit.
Yeah, he's doing this on purpose, just like Cute Dog from PoE, right? Every time he sees the following item, this,
dagger,
he says Dagger. every time he sees this,
Chaos orb.
he says Chaos Orb. He's doing this on purpose. It's just rage baiting.
Like there is a thing called SQL, which is structured query language.
Oh,
And he says squeal.
that's true. I watched this video and I was like, is this how you pronounce it? If you wouldn't have said anything just
It's
now.
usually either S, Q,
Jesus, she's slow.
L, or sequel.
Okay. Interesting. If you wouldn't have said anything now, I would have called it squeal from now on. You would have laughed at me. Or anyone else.
Raffle.
She's saying this very Italian, by the way. Raffle.
He just does it just because.
Okay. We are fucked. Sandy Kinga. Here, listen.
Raffle.
She's doing the R.
Sand Kinga.
She's doing the RAWFL. Raffle. Okay.
It's the only thing that's making money these days. Like you go and you look up Amazon income breakdown. Let's see if they have it on here. Look at that, operating income, AWS. Crazy, right? It's a huge percentage. 6% comes from international, 33% comes from North America. This is such a huge delicious pie of money. The importance of understanding margins, yes. That's because it's ridiculous, but at the same time makes sense. Yeah. Even though it only comes with 17% of actual, what is this, revenue? It's pretty good. They make like 20 billion a quarter, and they just like, oh yeah, it's the best, right? They get to charge people for being stupid. They get to charge people for being smart. Get this. Amazon created a product that they could make a shitty UI for, but the product good enough that entire cottage industries of sub-products will be built on top of them, in which they still make their money.
You guys? Jesus Christ, what is Azure?
A cloud hosting provider.
Uh-huh.
One of the main three.
Okay, so AWS, this is the one I know. And Azure is another one. Okay. What are we talking about here? 30. So...
Yeah, AWS. Then
All right.
Azure is Microsoft's. Then GCP
Ah.
is Google's.
Ah, look at that. Yeah, step 1, have a lot of money. Step 2, host a cloud service. Because, yeah, you need money for the servers, I guess. Stop it. You know what? I'm doing this differently. Just pull. I like this. It's annoying. I need to pick this up. Okay. And then... Huh? What do you mean not enough space? There is space. Oh. Wait, there is space. Huh? What? Is this a bug? Oh, because you also pick up wood. Oh, yeah.
If it would give you wood and leaves,
Oh, yeah.
it won't.
Alright. So... I'll explain what I'm doing in a second, Lime. I'm just going to make a few iron plates for my... Do I ever need screws if I will build stuff? For my dimensional depot. Which I don't have at the moment. Okay, so very easy. If I unlock, so I'll just make modular frames now. Maybe I can just buy them with tickets, and then I unlock basic steel production, and then I can buy steel pipes, and then I can finish the MAM finally. I think this is how it works. Make them. I'll figure shit out later.
Funny. Amazon created such a bad UI. They got somebody else to create the UI for them. It's one of the most incredible feats of social manipulation I have ever seen in my entire lifetime.
That's smart.
Imagine
why
being
I
able to
this video
create a
so much.
You do? Oh, this one. Oh, it's a short. I might know this one already. Watched a lot of this, guys. Green.
I want to buy some pants.
Of course, any particular style?
No, but price around $40.
Oh, our cheapest pair is around $300 with tax.
$300?
With tax.
Shoot it always?
I'm sorry?
Does it shoot?
No, sir.
That's too much for pants.
Well, sir, they're very high quality.
Well, how high can it be?
You'll never have to replace them.
Well, what if I get fat?
You will have to replace them.
So you're lying to me.
Are you planning to gain weight, sir?
No, but what if I get married and she cook a lot and I have stress and I keep eating.
Are you planning to get married?
No.
Well, there you go.
What if I lose weight?
Well, then you can use a belt.
So you can upcharge me and add belt to my purchase.
The belt comes for free with the pants.
How is it
Whoa.
free, Habibi? I'm paying $300.
With tax, yes.
You're wasting my time.
Sir, your physique is just so amazing, and I'm pretty sure these pants will accentuate your best features so well. I really want to see it.
Do you think flattery will make me spend money in this place?
No?
Because it absolutely would. Yalla, bring the pants. I want to buy some.
Oh my god. Nice.
I love this guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
$20 billion product that you get somebody else to create your UI for. Wow! This is just incredible. So that's why I think this makes perfect sense, by the way. You should just move it. I mean, I think the cloud generally is a pretty good place for a lot of stuff. And remember, Azure is Microsoft self-hosting, right? This is Microsoft self-hosting its own product. It's incredible, right? This is good. Right? Behind the wall of server-side rendering web app using a custom language they developed in-house. Now that's where shit. See, this is where you go wrong. You know what? I guarantee this started out as a DSL. Oh, we just need a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and we want to display this. It'll just like compile down. It'll be super duper easy. That's all it started off as. And then somebody's like, yeah, but I got to add one to something, and they're like, hold my beer. We got ERP laying coming in hot. You know that's what happened. It always starts off as a DSL, and then somebody asks to add one, and somebody else asks for error handling. And right then and there, you got yourself a language.
DSL equals
every single time.
domain-specific language.
Microsoft Diesel, every single...
Microsoft Diesel? So what he just said? Oh god, this guy.
Diesel. DSL.
Yeah, I know.
Raffle.
But he did it on purpose. What a guy. It's funny. Bottom line is, it's funny.
You know this guy used to work for Netflix.
Yeah. I watched his videos. He said
is
it a
smart,
million.
dude.
He said it a million times.
Time. Every single time. Just for this, and only this platform. Now, if you look at how much money Microsoft is making, you would believe they have some of the most competent developers behind this project
And overall, I listened to the tips he gave people, and you know, again, I don't understand any of the jibber jabber, but I understand what he's trying to tell me. Like, he's like, you just need to learn about the freaking networks and the blah 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 server something, and the rest doesn't matter as long as you understand as long as you understand a problem and you can zoom out. You're like, okay, this is what we have to do. They'll hire you. I'm like, okay, makes sense.
Dynamics is the peak of web development. That is true. If you look at their marketing, that is. Smiley face. Their reference and marketing material is some of the nicest looking and fastest loading websites I personally know of. But, like Venus Flytrap, this is but the bait that lures in some bored, stupid consultant that will, like in a trance, suggest you move all your dear, precious information to Microsoft Cloud, where it will be trapped forever, chaining you forever to this rotting corpse of a company. Damn, son,
Jesus.
that's crazy. Why am I this meme? Let's add the capability to do expressions in this config file. Yeah, no, pick. That's what it is. That's genuinely what it is. Every single time we started doing this at Netflix for launching servers, and I begged him. I said, please, we can't create a DSL, anything but a DSL. Please, just use YAML. I will. Honestly, I hate Norwegians too. Let's just use YAML. Let's just use it. We don't even need it. Just that's it. I don't care. And they actually ended up choosing something different. Hey, trust me, you know what? YAML is better than your own DSL with error handling plus equals one plus little scripting calls, okay?
I hate YAML
Anything's better.
so much,
.zip. I'd rather use build.zip.
but that's just me.
I don't know. I'm getting totally entertained by this Chinese language, by this foreign language. I don't know. I'm entertained, like I understood what he's saying.
First off, this was in like 2015, okay?
Everyone in the chat is like, dev, and they're like,
We have a DSL, no error handling. The worst thing. It is every single time, and I'm sure all of you guys, I know you guys feel this, because I feel it too. It's always the worst. Let's see, hold on. Because they have forced my hand. When the landing page of this dumpster fire of the platform loads so slowly my browser tries to kill it because it appears to be stuck, they have left me no choice. There will come the day when I will dare look at their stupid JavaScript to see how they managed to make the main thread stuck during a request. How do you do that? That's actually a really good question. How did you...
Milestone reached. Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation,
That
not at a
bank is
crafting
the best
bench.
sound.
Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2
yeah,
of project
bonk.
assembly
The
and save the
sound
day.
design of this game
Fix
is
it, and humanity is relying on you.
really just so good. I think I'll need more forgot. Need something more.
Raffle.
Yeah. See, I cannot be a freaking dev, Lime. No way. I can't. Okay, let me think. I need more hard drives, yeah, because you can make the stators and the rotors have the same components. See? There.
Did someone do the classic sleep 1000 on every page load so they can speed up the applicatoing when some manager asks for a speed improvement?
Oh my god.
It's in that article there.
Okay, should I continue? Should I continue?
Peg the thread to make Chrome think
Sleep
it's dying.
1000 is sleep for 1000 milliseconds.
Yeah, I understand that. Just building that in, and then the manager's like, shit, software boys, can you make this faster? And you're like, no problem. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear this. No problem. Done.
3 days later.
Yeah.
Done, boss.
How is it now? And he's like, oh my god, so much better. You guys are magicians. That's the one thing that is so good about your job. People who don't have any
no,
idea.
you only shave off 100 milliseconds.
Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Wow, Lime, that's just evil. The great advantage about your job is if it's not a developer, they don't have a fucking idea what you're doing or how to check what you're doing, you know?
Yep.
That's great.
Genuinely impressive. There's no way they have async, false, and jQuery. There's no way they're doing a blocking JavaScript. But the day is nowhere in sight. My sanity has not gone down low enough. I don't yet want to see the nightmares beyond mortal comprehension that hide in those pesky files. Have they implemented their request using XML HTTP request? Are they unpacking the data so slowly it blocks the main thread? Did someone do the classic sleep 1000 on every page so they can speed up the application when the manager asks for a speed improvement? I don't want to know. What I can tell you is that this is what the page load looks like. Damn.
Someone in the chat said that's a good trick.
Serial, 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 a little bit of concurrency, serial, 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 a lot of serial, a little bit of serial, some amount of concurrency, some more serial, who knows what for 4 seconds, more. This, I assume this is when it loads.
Half are they doing?
It is actually a minute, by the way. That's crazy. Yes, almost 50,000 milliseconds for a page that only contains text. In addition, I have seen jQuery 3.5 being loaded among the thousands of other dependencies. To complete a single page load, it takes 153 requests and a total of 16 megabytes of data to be transferred. How? Or better yet, why? Are the questions that have to be answered by the big brains that designed this thing. It's kind of impressive. I mean, we have to take a second and just think, like, somehow they got to this point thinking it was a good idea. Like that, or they're being malicious, right? They're genuinely being evil. There's only two options here. And I always, I try to attribute ignorance instead of malice. In some sense, I can't blame the person. When I was at Netflix, we're going to do a little when I was at Netflix story here, okay? So when I was at Netflix, I was tasked with making the application a little bit nicer, and I noticed that we used Lodash, and we didn't just use any version of Lodash, we used the whole damn Lodash, and it'd bring in lots and lots of kilobytes. And the only thing we used was merge. So I thought, yo, son, I could write merge. Merge ain't that hard, right? So I wrote the 150 lines of code that required to write merge, called it a day, removed Lodash. Easy peasy. Then I saw we have Ramda, and we used Ramda, I forget which way it goes. We used Ramda just for one part of our code to do curring, right? To do literally to get some sort of efficiency gain, apparently, over being able to just have like direct calls like a Ramda apply to, which does like 2 arguments intentionally. So I was like, all right, I could remove this too. So I removed this. I'm like, bada bing, bada boom. This isn't too hard. I'm making moves. I removed like 50, 60 kilobytes from the downloaded code base.
This shit annoys me so much with some devs.
Yeah, I'm lost though. You'd have to go and explain that, whatever.
It's like, how do I want to explain it?
Dumb it down. Good luck.
You can write something using Excel formulae,
Hmm.
or you can install a plugin into Excel
Mm-hmm.
to do it for you.
Okay.
But that plugin slows the application down.
Ah. Makes sense.
Minimally, but it does.
Oh, I haven't unlocked.
In the example with Prime, it's causing a longer page load.
Hmm.
As it needs to download the plugin.
Oh.
You could just write it in plain old JavaScript, which
Oh,
the
okay.
browser understands, and then it doesn't download anything extra.
Okay.
Some people just shove all the shit into their apps for some reason.
And make it giga slow and bad. Yeah, it seems like there are 100,000 ways to solve something in dev, right? You can write it in any language. You can use random ass programs. Yeah. This too deep? Work?
Pretty much, almost any language can do almost anything.
Yeah. I'll continue.
Just shit we didn't need for very, very easy wins, and now we control it. Within like a week and a half, we had Ramda back because somebody wanted like Ramda, because somebody wanted like an apply 3, despite the fact that I wrote apply 2, right? I wrote apply, which is not hard. Apply 2 is literally just function A, takes argument A, return function that calls inner function AB. It's like not hard at all, but somehow it came back. Within like a month, Lodash was back for some other function. I'm like, Doc, okay, we can do this. We're engineers around here. How the hell did I spend 2 weeks trying to figure out every last little place we use these things and make sure everything still works and actually do an A/B test to make sure I didn't break anything that I was unaware of, and then to release this all for just a little bit while longer? They just come back. Programmers will do anything. Okay, this is gonna be a hot take. This is gonna be a scorching take.
Uh-oh.
It does appear that programmers will try to do anything but program. Is it really that hard? Because remember, when I worked, I was on TV. This is an embedded device. We have limited memory. There was a serious problem with ooms in the field. Like, memory was very important. Remember, strings, if there's a single UTF-8 character in a string that's not ASCII, your string will then be 16 bytes per character, or 16 bits per character instead of 8. Like,
Huh. AKA, literally just doubled the shit. Yeah. He's teaching me this guy is teaching me possessive past tense in third person in Chinese. I'll have the knowledge.
Raffle.
I'll probably never be able to apply it. But that specific case, I know. If someone is like, hey, do you know this thing in Chinese in third person in the past tense of that possessive article? I'm like, yo, that I know.
we had to strip special characters. We had to make sure things really did work because of just the danger that is JavaScript in engineering, just so somebody can install effing Lodash and Ramda. And it's because, like...
Okay, so stitched iron plate, good. We're taking this now, right? Screws, bad. This, good. Okay. Me take now. Now me go here, and me go... Where's my... Also need computers, and the SAM fluctuations. Again, I think one big flaw is that you cannot... Why can you only make them with a crafting bench? As far as I know, they moved the whole SAM thing into very early MAM, but you should still be able to use a wait. I need all three? You need wire for this? I don't like this. This is annoying. 29. God damn it. Go away. Go away. Shit. And same with reanimated Sam, as far as I know. Oh no, you can actually have a constructor for this. Whoops. Why am I not doing this? I'm stupid. Answer. I think I need 29. Holy shit, finally.
Manual depot uploader unlocked. Storage dimension and pocket dimension now connected both ways and stable. Parts can now be uploaded to the storage dimension directly from the inventory. Note: the storage dimension now understands the boundaries of the pocket dimension and recognizes the distinction between matter belonging to the Pioneer's inventory and matter belonging to the Pioneer.
The window within a window within the shallows within the deep, curling around itself separately, echoes strangely.
I'm sure strange is the correct term for what this must feel like to you.
Okay, stitched. Okay, I'll continue.
I want to be functional. It's like, yo, dog, you don't have to be functional, okay? Just use a bind. Take that L because you're not taking the memory, okay? It's not that bad. Just bind. Just bind it. Just bite. You see like a boss. Ramdes. Well, you have to. So you have to use a dynamic language. The reason why you have to use a dynamic language is that you have to be able to update the UI without updating the television platform. Because television platform, you can't just easily update that. But you can really update a scripting language. So you have Lua,
Okay, what if I don't want to use cast screws? It still wants to use screws. Can I force him to use a certain... Oh yeah, no wait, I haven't got iron wire. Wire? Iron wire, nice. Iron plate. Okay, good. So we're not using screws anymore. Okay, screws bad. Screws bad.
I thought you would find this funny too. I saw this earlier on.
Again, she sounds like a robot. But AI
Break that wall
robot.
so we can escape. Okay. Uh-oh. My pyramid! What are you doing? I break wall and then escape. Brick wall landscape. Oh, you're the landscaper. So what's wrong with the wall? Okay, I got the treasure. There's nothing to see. That's a good point. We had no view, but Cleopatra served.
What the fuck? That's so clever with the words in the beginning. What the hell?
We need a wall for safety. True. Let me ask you. He wants to ask me. What do we do? Hold on. I have
What the fuck?
an idea. What about a wall with a view? Here, throw this burning sand in their face, and we'll make a run for it. Take this! Yeah, this works. Still right? What is this? Not yet. Window. Window. You just threw
Oh my god. This guy is like a word magician. What the hell?
burning sand. Yes. Science. That's how that works. Relax.
Oh my god. What the hell?
What is
This
that
guy.
invisible shield? Ah, who's that? Your reflection. That's me or me? Oh, now it's in pieces. Where are you gonna use it now? I wear. Like this? What? Wow, it's so clear. What is this? You're a genius. Gracias. Gracias. Bring that wall so
Gracias. Holy shit, how long does it take for him to write that script? Jesus.
He's so good.
Yeah, that's insane. Holy crap.
A lot of his shorts are like this.
Wow. Damn.
Python and JavaScript. They tried Lua, and Lua back 15 years ago was just not fast enough to really do a good UI. At least when they first did it, so they chose JavaScript 15 years ago and JS Core. Now, was that the best way to do things? Well, you can't undo it. I think Lua could have been better. I think they probably could have taken some time to make Lua awesome. But it is what it is, right? You can't go in the past. You can't go in the past, right? And plus, by having Lua, I think people would have just wrote less code. You can't, because you can't be clever in Lua. Like, you cannot be clever in Lua. So therefore, you have to write stupid code. So therefore, you just write less code. And I think that that's really good. Just saying. According to my colleagues who have been working on this
He is
product
so
for
right.
years, it has been getting slower over time. How? You load text.
You just cannot be
fucking
clever
imbeciles.
in Lua.
Lua,
It's awful.
Lua is what WoW add-ons are written on, right? Lua error?
Yeah.
Ah, see?
You know, when you see how the sausage is made, you realize how upsetting it is. You do. Anybody here that hasn't worked at like a Fortune 500 company, you know, the echelon, the one that pays the engineers the best, the peak of the peak, the top of the top, the tippity of the toppity, you get there and you realize, man, this sausage, this ain't pretty how they make the sausage around here. It is not good. The fragility of everything, that's a good way to put it. Honestly, that's a good way to put it. And Casey Moratori has some great rants on this one. Have the React Andes eaten what is left of your brain? This, by the way, I don't know who this author is, but thank you for using the term React Andes. This is great. I actually like React Andes as just the general person who does not think of anything and just uses what they're familiar with despite the problem begging them not to use it. Right? Even when the problem's just like, yo, you're displaying some text with some columns. Whatever you do, just use grid layout. Like, that's it. Somehow you get Uno CSS and Tailwind because two people disagreed.
But that is
you
so
have
my
React.
boss.
React Andes is like a double meaning in
Just
this
uses
case.
what
huh?
they think they know. Even though
you have
everyone
an
else
eight-
says to use something else.
Oh.
He denies it. Fucking monkey.
HTMX endpoint because somebody likes me. Nobody knows why that's happening. You end up with like 18 dependencies, everybody doing their own thing. Right? Or have they passed this project the least?
Slime, there's no way I could ever be a dev, dude. I'm way too potato for the shit. So, I'll do the craftsman shit. The world needs craftsmen. I'm okay with that. This is too much for my brain.
It's not hard.
Yeah, I disagree.
It's logic.
Yeah, there we go.
Paid team. They
See
have
this
in
picture
India,
right
giving
there?
them no direction or motivation to try.
If
and
you
call
can
it a
think
day.
logically,
At least
you can program.
I don't think I can do. My brain, the yuka.exe stops working very often.
their custom language is good, right? Of course
You
not.
got
Of
to
course,
remember.
it's never good, by the way. If you have a custom language, it will be...
That these articles are written by people with years of experience.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
For people with years of experience.
Still. I know. It's a very... I'm like peeking into the software dev club. You know, I understand that. Still. I think I like craftsmanship. The world needs craftsmen as well. That's not gonna be taken over by AI anytime soon.
Thing is, there are many different brands
Yeah, I know.
of software dev.
Yeah, there's so many different things you can do. Like, he made me really realize how many software devs are needed everywhere. It's crazy. Like, I look at any company, I'm like, yeah, people need IT in there.
be the death of you. Just so you know, this is the worst choice you can make as a company, generally speaking. Of course not. If you've ever taken a programming language course, you know compilers/transpilers are hard to build and require continuous effort from highly skilled engineers to keep running. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think anyone who, over the course of a weekend, can build like a toy language, and even if you get full time, you can make the language pretty good. I think sometimes compilers get kind of put onto this like shelf of really this is where the smartest people exist, even though there are some of the smartest people ever that exist there. Not arguing that. But there's kind of this shelf where it's like, this is the smart people, everybody else is the dumb people. And it's just like, that's not true. Okay, it's not true. It's not true. I mean, someone made Haskell, right? So it should make you feel better. Now imagine
He's
what a
smashing
university-level
some
side
language.
project programming language would look like. And tell me, is it good? I know, Haskell mentioned,
Haskell.
let's go. If you don't like any of
He
the...
hates Haskell. So do I.
Yeah, that was a personal thing, I could tell.
nice to have features of any programming language, then yes, it's kind of nice. You lack features such as lazy evaluation for conditional statements, a competent HTTP client, a coherent syntax, a sane way of handling errors, constants. Damn, shots fired. A good way of interacting with a database, or anything above simple functions for some ifs, fors, and do-untils. Yes, do-untils, let's go. Yes, you are not tripping do-untils. Dude, by the way, do-untils are It's the inverse of the Lord's loop. So the Lord's loop is a do while, which is a very sane construct, I think, for the human brain. I want to do this thing until this thing is done. A do until is, I want to do this thing until this statement is true. Do untils are the devil's loop. Okay?
Okay.
It's we need Christianity inside this language immediately. This is terrible. Do untils are the worst. They are actually the worst. Yes, you are not tripping do untils like baby's first loop in assembly. Let's see. I mentioned error handling and HTTP there for a second, and those two are incredibly bad. It leaves a realm of stupidity and becomes malice. Errors are particularly interesting. You have no try-catch mechanism, nor the functional maybe thing Haskell people are on about, nor errors as values like in Go. No, some functions simply return a boolean. If true, then your function had an error. What error, you might ask? Who knows? There must be an error though, right? There must be an error though. The error acts like a quantum particle. You can know it happened, but you cannot know its details.
Well.
If this boolean is left unassigned to a variable, then an error message is pushed to the screen in a modal, stopping all execution of the current call stack. Yes, dear reader, the underpaid Indians who developed the hellhole managed to make the first quantum programming language.
Rothli,
They
I'm
didn't
so
need
guilty
fancy
of writing
billion-dollar
shit like that.
superconductors cooled to close to absolute zero. Just pure bad design. That is a crazy programming language to think that if you don't assign a Boolean
But kind of
variable,
forced to.
it's able to launch a modal. This article is a bit of a. I can't tell if it's abusing or actually pointing to something that's really happening. That actually Microsoft. This is what Microsoft is actually doing. Oh shit! You're the author of this blog. Well, hey, damn, I feel bad for you. Well, it's a server-side rendered language, so it's like PHP. Just so I understand, is it like PHP? It needs to push a fucking error to the client. The client catches this and makes a modal. So it's like PHP, kind of. Our condolences, author. PHP plus alert. HP has caused me a different set of nightmares, even though I am network engineer, according to my university diploma, who has designed my own stupid networking protocol over WebRTC. Nice, so that's kind of exciting. I might check that out. And continue to do so for my master's degree. Have made my own HTTP client and server in C from pure TCP and Malice. Yeah, that's good. Obvious, easy trick. Every single registered nurse, you gotta throw a little zero delimiter. Boom. It makes parsing so easy. Makes parsing so dang easy. Firstly, seeing what you did wrong is an entire adventure because the HTTP client wraps everything in nonsense request and response objects that get out of scope very fast and are very tedious to serialize to observe them. Yes, another quantum mechanism. This makes every request.
Okay, we got the ingots. Now we're doing 2 constructors. A moment, I need to focus for a second. How are we doing? Okay.
I see BA with work tomorrow.
Same.
Do not want.
Same. One of my workmates is sick, and I have to do his work as well. I'm very excited. And at the moment I'm completely overwhelmed with my own shit anyways, so I don't... Whatever comes in from his shit, unless it's an emergency, I'm not doing it. Oh, you want your power... How do you call this in English? You want your electricity meter reading? Well, you're shit out of luck. Wait a week or 2.
Write scripts to do it.
Here's the thing, Lime. They are locked in a room.
Easy clap.
So you have to manually walk there and read it. There is no computing in there, Mr.
Put camera in there.
Anderson. And who's paying the cameras? Me? Who's paying for the cameras? Overall, good idea, Lime. But the automation or the, you know, put everything in computers? Nah. It's gonna be very expensive. Okay, I need constructors and I need 3, 8. Okay, 8 constructors. Go away. Can't wait for hover pack. Everything else besides hover pack is frickin' yikes. That's what it is. Okay, I need power, please. Wait, why aren't you guys working? There we go. Okay. Oh shit, can I go up here? Okay, let's continue.
More similar to pulling the lever on a slot machine than a science, because the most reliable way to craft a request is by moving bits of code around until you stop getting errors. Weird, so you have no observability? Why, Caboose? I don't know. I don't know why would they do this. Secondly, the properties on said objects change wildly while you are not touching them. In one case that has annoyed me profusely is the content headers. Let's say you want to send JSON to an API and you want to use application JSON content type. Seems like a very sane way to send JSON content. To do that, you get the headers, set them up appropriately, and then serialize JSON and assign it to the request body. You can, let's see, you just caused a wild change because you were stupid and serialized your JSON object before assigning it to the body of your content type header has just changed the string. This is not documented anywhere. You just have to learn using trial and error. Ooh, that's bad. That's real bad, but this is very classic. This is truly the class. This is the thing that people do, or this is like the all good intentions, all good programming default magic goes to hell, right? You're just like, somebody's gonna assign a string to this body. They're probably wanting to use application text. And so it's like, you're doing them a solid because you just made some text. But that's not a solid. It's not. It's in fact, it's a bad solid. It's a bad one. At least they didn't change it to application HTML. I mean, that's pretty nice. The list of complaints can go on forever, but unlike said quantum programming language, my typing cannot yet explore the infinite space of complaints and write them in a finite time. So we must move on. Tooling. While my complaints from our previous chapters are somewhat minor and could be ignored, the tooling this language platform offers is offensive to me on a deep spiritual level. Is it worse than Webpack? On a scale of 0 to Webpack, how bad is the tooling? That's the question we need to answer right now.
Raffle.
Because there is new levels of...
Webpack isn't that bad. Gulp is fucking shit.
He has some personal hatred for a few of those things, huh? Okay, 240 geteilt durch 3. 80. Yeah. So we're on 3 iron rods on 80. 80. Copy. I love this. Whoever decided to make a copy paste for this. Thank you. Thank you. Genius.
Of hell that is Webpack. Oh, grunt? 0 to grunt? Shit, I missed. How bad is it? Probably a 5? Oof.
Grunt and gulp.
Oof. I am blessed to have never used Webpack.
Are
Okay.
fucking so
Webpack
fucking
is
shit.
the only open source library that got super popular that somehow was actually the worst thing that I've ever used in my lifetime. Nothing is worse than Webpack. Nothing is actually worse than Webpack.
Jesus, the hate.
Okay, I'm sure that's not true. Have you ever done a large grunt project? A large grunt project it can be pretty awful because it is a lot of configuration and then just custom named plugins running amok. Webpack is the best. Yeoman. I forgot all about Yeoman. Let's start with the LSP. Firstly, because Microsoft is allergic to sharing with others, if you work on this stupid language, you must use VS Code, an editor that has become increasingly more annoying as I have started learning Vim these past months. Yeah, so a lot of the shortcuts aren't quite Vim, so but you can embed NeoVim. So hey, to make it better, you can embed NeoVim. So that can make things a lot better. And have used the JetBrains for the rest of my professional career, but VS Code can be made to feel acceptable. What can't is the LSP that is so incredibly stupid it must be a long-running joke. It takes 5 minutes to start. That's impressive. Maybe it recompiles the Rust binary every time you start it. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. If you go too fast, it becomes confused and needs a restarting. Its caching doesn't work. It lies about function definitions and sometimes just makes up an error that don't exist about code that has been deleted minutes ago. Ziggs does that one too. Ziggs LSP does that too, and I often just LSP restart. LSP uses Lodash. Classic right there. How did the company that fucking invented the language server protocol fail so hard at making a language server for its special domain language is beyond me. This is a special. This is something very, very special here, which just goes to show. It's the same reason here. Think about it this way. Twitch has never created an organic stream of its own that is popular. Think about that for a second. Twitch doesn't understand Twitch. They don't. There's no one that just, like, there's no product manager that works at Twitch that's like, yo, dog, I stream to I stream to like 500 people. Yeah, I'm pretty good at it. DJ Clancy is the first person that's trying, that's doing okay, but he's also riding on the laurels of him being CEO of Twitch, right? Right. I mean, there's at least some level of W there, right? That just comes in no matter what. Yeah, I've watched some of DJ Clancy's. Theo did it, but Theo doesn't work at Twitch. Theo don't work at Twitch, dog. Theo worked at Twitch, stopped working at Twitch, started streaming. Melky Erasure? Melky does, okay, that's fair. Melky was streaming before. Melky actually is, to be fair, I said product manager. Okay, I said product manager. Melky works on the AI infrastructure. All right. He has no say over the product at all. He has none. Okay. Aiden is another engineer working on the Go side of things. He also does not have any, I believe he doesn't have any say on the product side. So I was saying product manager. I was specifically talking about like a project, someone that could direct the product that has some idea of it. Twitch does not understand its own product. People who are deciding how the product should.
Shit. Okay, Sure. Okay. It's weird. If you press H, the thing goes, ah, okay then. Then I don't care. Am I doing this? Wait, is this a merger? Shit. Shit. Assemblers.
Behave, do not actually understand the product. So does this happen? It happens more frequently than you realize. Maybe that is good, no awful changes. I don't think it is good. I think to be really good at a product, because you gotta remember, Twitch is made up of two products. The viewer side, I think the viewer side they understand. I think they do pretty good on the viewer side. And then the streamer side. And the streamer side just really struggles, right? They really, really struggle. Anyways, finally, the act that managed to annoy me so hard, I am sitting here at 2 in the morning furiously writing this article, updating your applications. Our team seems to be suffering from success right now. We have about 5 applications released on the App Store associated with this platform, and about 20 to 30 companies that use and pay for our applications. Generally, that would be good. Wow, 20 to 30 companies. Big Microsoft W right there. But when we release an update to one of our applications, we need to manually go to every one of our clients and press a magical update button. Otherwise, those updates will be forever scheduled for updating. At the start, I am told this was a quick job, but seeing the growing number of clients and the slowing of their services, it has started taking longer and longer. These updates must be made, by the way, during off hours, because if done while someone is working, everything will go down in flames, or so I'm told. Well, yeah, it sounds like because you're using a server-side language and you're updating it, I mean, that's going to be a really hard problem. That's a really, like, mobile is the worst when it comes to servers, because you kind of have to have like a server per mobile version. Like, there's no getting around that, because not everybody updates, right? Not everybody updates unless if you force updates every single time. The viewer side, this is actually a good point. The viewer side is really what Twitch is. The streamer side is just a means to an end. I think you're right on that. The fact that Twitch is now just really starting to lean into their own alert system shows me that they're at least starting to think about things that streamers could want. To stop this time waster, I was tasked with finding some solution to this problem. Blissfully, I didn't have to do a Rabbit R1 and use web testing library for automatons, because the big brain at Microsoft HQ made an API. But I swear to God, they have tasked some brain-dead intern with implementing it because it is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. Poor Rabbit R1 catching strays, but Rabbit R1 deserves every last one of the strays. Also, we'll get to it later. We're going to get to it later. I can feel myself wanting to ADHD real hard on the Friends latest update. Ooh, the Friends latest update is so good. Firstly, I need to go through the authentication step for every single client I want to interact with and receive a different auth token. Nice. Safety. Everyone gets that OAuth too. Let's see, doing an update requires me to do about 5 different other requests to gather the data required to tell the app to update itself. I think they did the TCP server by hand because randomly it seems that it doesn't let go of my TCP socket even after it finishes sending the data. Interesting. I wonder, is this? Do you have to? I mean, is the update script in its own language? Because often, closing sockets is a big requirement. I cannot tell you how many times I've crashed a process with a socket open and then not be able to connect to that socket again for like 3 minutes as my operating system's like, nope, too bad, can't use that. No, it's just an API that I hook into with Go. Are you sure you're closing the socket? It's a classic blunder. I'm not trying to say you're not doing it, but it's a classic blunder. I've made that blunder many a times. It is slower than I thought possible, gathering about 10K of JSON data about the environments and updates that need to be done on them. It takes somewhere between 20 seconds to 2 minutes. How? I don't know, Microsoft Magic or something. You forgot the trademark. It is so slow that even having the request maximally paralyzed, each request sits on its own thread. It still can take between 1 to 40 seconds to gather all the data. Possibly the edge function that serves me, more likely an underpaid Indian man, needs to take a smoke breaks, or the sharks are nibbling at the internet cables to the underwater Azure servers. Conclusion. I want to end with a little story from one client meeting I have observed. The client, a very modern factory from my city, excitedly tries the demo environment we have prepared for them as they are about to sign their soul to Azure gods. They can observe the excitement to drain from their owners' faces as every single interaction he has with the application takes just a bit too long, and he receives more cryptic information about what the form didn't like about his inputs. At the end of the meeting, he asked one of the consultants who guided him through the demo, "Is this how slow it always is?" To which my colleague lied and said, "No, it seems to be a bit slower today," and saved the contract from being severed right there on the spot. Legally dubious. Yeah, I mean that's actually a huge legal thingy right there. That's a big one. You can't be doing that. If this is the effect of if you actually know that that's not true, that can get you in some pretty big trouble there. Is this the effect of a multi-billion-dollar company that can effectively spend infinite money on engineering has on a customer? Then this industry is truly rotten to its core, to its very core. Microsoft, in its infinite wisdom, adds ChatGPTs in every corner of their applications, hoping the customers are stupid enough not to smell the putrid stench that emanates from their applications. One thing that offends me most is that you can see the genius in some places. Under all the garbage, you can see that some competent person tried their best, but no matter how much effort they invested, it was ultimately impossible to fix the mountain of shit that stands before them. That should be a sin. I can only imagine the torment of the few good people who tried to make everything better, to give their customers a good product, but were stopped by incompetence of their management peers. I tend to take a less negative approach to things. Okay, what I personally have found in all of my years of incompetence, including Ramda and Lodash coming back in, is that often X
Welcome to my
is
world.
the thing that someone needs to solve. And they're given a timeline in which is pretty tight or difficult. And they make concessions because to fix the previous thing would take a little bit too long. So maybe it starts off with one, just, in their little tower of bricks, maybe just one of them is a bit crooked, right? And this timeline just takes a little too much for them to be able to really actually nail this. So what do? Well, they kind of chip away and they create another brick that's a little bit small enough to be able to fit, and then they start putting another one. I know it's supposed to be off kilter, don't worry about it. And so they kind of put in this little hack, right? And then the next person comes along and they're like, crap, well, I don't have time to fix this either. So I just kind of got to put this right here because the other person behind me didn't off-center the bricks. So I can start off-centering it now. And so then they start off-centering their bricks, right? And it's just like, it's a hack that's been put on a hack that's been put on a hack. And it's not really any one person's fault. Rarely. I've been on products that it's genuinely one person's fault. Right? Where it just slowly snowballs out of control under their own control, and they just let it go to shit. Right? I've seen it. I've seen that happen. But that's a rarity. To me, this is just... all this is just any product that's over 3 years old. Every year, there's just tons of little concessions that add up. And it's not that the person doing it is malicious or even incompetent. They simply just didn't have the time or the emotional energy it takes to do that. Feels bad. And this is why rewrites happen. I think this is also why rewrites are more frequent these days. And I would argue that the cost of a rewrite is much greater than building software better the first time. But I think this is the only way in our world in which everything is move fast, because moving fast is the best thing. We could rewrite this later, right? We could rewrite this later. Not a big deal. We'll just get this done. We'll just do this later. I don't think long-term it pays off well, but I think people use it as like a mechanism to get through. Hey, the name? Hey, the name? Can't even draw a straight line. Shut up, Bisco. First off, this was a pretty incredible straight line, okay, for freestyling it. Okay, that was for how far zoomed out I was. I wasn't all like nice and. Okay, that was more straight. That was more straight. Okay, yes. All right, I'm not fully the shroud of straight line drawing, but I'm trying. Okay, Jen.
Didn't even do the full name. So yeah, I don't know why I'm watching the guy.
He did.
He's cool.
He was just talking loads in between.
Okay. But his brain is seeping through. Yeah.
All right, so JS0 versus JS Sugar, or JS0 and JS Sugar. The tooling will continue until morale improves. There's a bit of a...
That's the shit you always say.
Raffle.
Metaverse drama last week when TC39 added a discussion to their agenda. The proposal from Google was to split the standard into JSO, or JS0, the language implemented by engines, and JS Sugar, the extended syntax that tools like Webpack will compile to JS0. Okay, before everyone throws the towel out, this is literally what it is already. Okay,
wait, what?
We already compile our JavaScript. Yes, you heard that correctly. You take TypeScript plus some extra operators that don't currently exist in the spec of JavaScript, and you build your JavaScript. You build an interpreted language that is downloaded as plain text across the internet and interpreted by an engine. Yes, you do that. They argue that new features are placing a performance and security burden on JS Engine, which puts the implementer at odds with JavaScript developers who are demanding new syntactic sugar, apparently. Apparently. Is this all over match statements? Is this match and pipes? Is somebody finally getting just that? They're like, that's it? Match and pipes are too much. We have to feel at least a little bit bad for these, for V8, specifically V8. And the reason why I say we should feel bad for V8 and pour one out for the old V8 is that they took JavaScript and got the most talented engineers possible, and they made it kind of fast. That's impressive. So, is it surprising that people want more? No. JavaScript does not have matching, and people want matching. Pattern matching is super, super cool. Dude, how much do you want to bet we're going to start having function overloading with pattern matching like the licks are being proposed in no time short, right? But it's funny that these implementations of these various new features are actually causing performance and security issues. which I can imagine.
Oof,
Every
give
time
me
you
that.
add one of these,
Function overloading with JS. Please.
Okay.
Not the shit that currently exists.
especially these new syntax, like matching or something else, like you have to rethink about how you even represent the JavaScript data to begin with to be able to do this properly. All right, anyways, by splitting the standard, Google hopes that JS Sugar can continue to evolve quickly while JS 0 grows more gradually. This makes sense. Sort of makes sense. The problem is that, again, okay, my goodness. Okay, so we already have a pretty hard time with JavaScript tooling as it is. I just don't think we need more change in the JavaScript ecosystem right now. I think JavaScript has plenty of great stuff. It already has more than it needs to do everything. We just got done even reading about how Void Zero is now the first venture-backed JavaScript build system. We actually have venture capitalist build systems going on right now in the JavaScript world. Like, it's that crazy. So I'm not sure how this makes anything better. Again, just one has to wonder, how does this happen with a language? How is there a group of people that decide what the language should do? There's a group of people that have to implement how the language should be interpreted and run in a runtime. Yet there's just not like someone just make a effing tool in the middle. How does Google not just have the JavaScript build tool? Don't worry, it works. This is just how it works. They have Closure. I know they have Closure. They actually did do it a long time ago, and they never did it. And many JavaScript developers, myself included, would like to rely less on these tools. There are a huge number of use cases that, with ES modules and HTTP3. Oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Was this article pre-read? Did I just pre-read this article? I just pre-read this article. Let's go. Casually mentioning HTTP3. I mean, yes, could be built without pre-compilation. JavaScript might finally be accessible to newcomers and fun once more. But one thing that's really amazing, and I think DHH actually points out something that's awesome, is that one thing that made JavaScript so cool is that you could just inspect source and people that are new could see how something is done and understand it. And there's just something so cool about that it does make learning and education a lot more accessible. And as things have just become these compiled messes, it's much more difficult to be, that. I learned Go the same way, yeah. Creator HTTP3 fights the need to bundling since TCP connections can be reused. Well, fun fact, Griffin, HTTP3, in fact, does not even use TCP. So a big problem about TCP is how packets are sent. So I'm just going to give you like a quick breakdown of how everything works. So the difference between H2 and H3 is really the transport mechanism and some other shit. But let's just keep it pretty simple right now. H2 uses a binary header as opposed to just like stringified whatever nonsense that it was using. So it says, hey, like here's how long my length, like here's how many bytes you have to read. Here's how much this one. Having that information becomes very, very useful if you want to go fast, right? If you know where the missile is, you also know where it isn't, right? So it's very, very nice to be able to have these kind of things. So a binary type information and all that is just way better than having some sort of string encoding. So, fantastic. I know strings are binary too, but having to go through and look for new lines.
I knew that something was off. Shit, I need a plate factory too. At least at the moment. Ah!
until you get to the end of your headers is not necessarily a great way when I could tell you, hey, here's how many bytes you need for headers, and you could just allocate that up front, and boom, you got headers into this bucket, right? Like, that is really, really nice. So HTTP2 just has some like basic fancy things about that, and it also has something called HPAC, which how HPAC effectively works, which is really, really simple, is that every time you see a header, you can compact a header or a header end value, and I think you might be able to do as value as well. I can't remember if that's true. Don't quote me on that last one. And so what it does is that header now becomes 1 byte. It's like, I'm number 1, or not 1 byte. It could be 2 bytes or 4 bytes. I can't remember its exact representation, but it's just like, hey, use value 1 for the header key name. Use value 1 for the header end value key name, right? And so you can get both of them, key value, I mean. So you can get them both. And so a huge giant one, say your cookies that don't ever change, can be sent up as like a single one, like, hey, it's number 1. So very, very cool. But one thing that HTTP2 uses is TCP, and a big problem about TCP is when you want to send a packet, say you want to send a payload that, I got a fly on me, Hi-ya! That requires, say, 5 packets to send, because it's a big piece of information. Every time TCP, that's 4, you get the idea. Every time TCP sends something over, there has to be an acknowledgement that comes back to the client that says, like, say this one had sequence 69. You'd then ACK 70, meaning that 70 is now valid to be sent. And there's something called the sliding window, which has like some amount of available things that need to be sent, and you can slowly slide down this window. And so you could imagine that if you send all of these things and you're waiting on the ACK for 69 to happen, the window can't slide. Like, there's all these kind of problems that happen that involve. Whereas with UDP, long as you have a proper framing algorithm underneath it, you can continue to just send packets as fast as possible. And then the server may say, hey, NAC, negative acknowledgement, I didn't get packet 69. And so then this thing can go, okay, I'm going to go into my little handy bag. Here's packet 69. Here you go. So there's no acking back. You don't need to tell it you got information. You tell it when you don't get information. So there you go. That's like the big win with H3. Even H2 is much awesome, because H2 allows for multiplexing over a connection. So that means you can actually send different bits of information. So if you're downloading, say, 50 files at once, H2 can send bits of all 50 files at once. And so, obviously, UDP is fantastic. A big problem about UDP is there is packet loss.
That
There's
was
no
one of the
reliability
ways back
built
in the
into,
day you used to be
UDP.
able
It's
to
a
make
stateless
WoW
connection.
latency faster. Huh. You'd force WoW to run under UDP rather than TCP. Still Chinese for me, but hey. UDP is
There's no
basically a
handshake.
fire
There's
and forget stream.
no 3-way handshake. It's just like,
Oh,
here's some packets!
It sends
right? And you
all
just
the
have to
data.
like do something with the packets. It's like a guy running by you and throwing a deck of cards at your face, and you have to get those deck of cards. It's just an interesting thing. So there you go. All right. I imagine if you work for, let's see, hold on. Could be built without pre-compilation. JavaScript might finally be accessible to newcomers and fun once more. No evidence suggesting tooling would decrease in the future. Okay, well,
TCP
This is
waits
not what
between
I-
each to make sure your computer got the packet of data. Make sure your asterisk. Oh,
I want. This is not the state. Okay, the statement should not be the tools should decrease in the future. I think the tools should decrease. And dude, this guy is
One
definitely
less
DHH
step.
pilled. You can just feel the DHH pilling going on hard right now. UDP is great, and no one cares if you actually got the packet except you, so deal with your own problems. Yeah, no, that's what makes UDP so good. That's actually what makes UDP so good, is that exact thing. I imagine if you work for Google, that is true. But I suspect most developers are not professional working at a giant, but hobbyists doing their best in a confounding ecosystem of tooling. If we give up on shipping on their simple code directly to the browser, what hope have they of putting down those tools in the future? It is pretty wild that there's that this is the place we've gotten to. So here we go. Okay, the large language model, or the large language model, the language evolution problems and what we can do about it. Who, why, how, when, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Who's involved in language evolution? Cool picture, dog. Cool picture. You know what? AIs can't create this kind of beautiful art. All right, now this is art only a human can create. There we go. Nice. Yeah, best slide. All right. Stakeholders, developers, front end, yeah, blah, 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 implementers, Spider Monkey, JSC, V8, yeah. Babel, yep, okay. There we go. Devs, JavaScript, TypeScript, Babel, JavaScript, engines, users, yep. Yes. Let's see, JS is special, outsized everything, tens of millions, 25 millions of developers, billions of users, yep, billions. I know all the users, billions of them. Maintained independent implementations, yep. I just want you to know these are the official slides that are going to make more tools for your future. Okay? We evolved the language to help developers. We want developers to be more productive by better matching their mental models, FP, OOP type systems, enabling them to simply express new domains, ML, finance, scientific computing. Okay. Guys, I personally think you can drop almost all of that. Now, internationalization, I understand. That could be this could be great in the JavaScript world. But maybe we don't need to do ML in JavaScript or finance in JavaScript, scientific computing in JavaScript. Like, maybe we just don't need to do that. Maybe it's fair. Let's enable a new build. Build new class of apps with new capabilities. Weak refs, shared memory. That's all I gotta say about JavaScript doing that. Letting them use new interfaces. WASM, reifying common programming patterns they use. Simplifying their lives by removing dependencies and build tools. Yes, this last one. There you go. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm pretty sure they just told us to use Rust. Yeah, specifically, how do we help developers? By abstracting away complexity, mental models, new domains, by introducing new abilities, explicit coordination, abstracting, let's see, on complexity moves. Is there anything in here that's actually good? What about the users? Security, prosaic. As a shopper, I want to securely shop, and I don't want my money stolen. Scary. As a person, I want to not be disappeared, so that I go on living my life. Wait, what? Is this saying that you're gonna get murdered? What does that even mean? I want to not be disappeared. What? This was a real presentation? Bro's gonna get kidnapped by JavaScript? I'm just saying it's possible. This came from Google, by the way. Google. And so if anyone ever feels like they have to, that they don't quite have what it takes to make it in the real world, now we know. You, in fact, do. Because you probably wouldn't have said this. Yes, Griffin, you're right that the TC-39 does require a tinfoil hat as part of its uniform. Let's see, performance. As an impatient person, I want my apps to be fast, so I don't have to reflect on my impatience as a character flaw. This is a great sentence. That's fantastic. Stability. As a user, I want my apps to keep working so I can keep using them. Yep. App features. Yep. Oh my goodness. Security. Almost always negatively impacted. Performance generally neutral to negatively impacted. Stability sometimes negatively impacted. App features positively impacted if developers use the language features. Well, sometimes, right? You all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you got decorators available. So you start using decorators, and then what happens? Well, then you got decorators. What happens then? Then you have an app that's incredible to debug. Screw decorators. Got decorated. New legacy decorators. Let's go. I'll show you my decorator. Please respond. Yeah, dude. Nothing wrong with intermediate layers. I love it. I love proxy and decorators. You know what? I want even every property to invoke functions which have functions which wrap functions. Okay, that's what I want. I want the Python experience. Because you know what? It's not fun to have a language in which doesn't have the Python experience. All right, so a bunch of CVEs, okay. Security, let's see. Security general complexity. VMs are already
Fucking
very
Python.
complex because of pressure to be fast. Yep.
I hate
Feels
Python.
especially bad when
Oh, really? What do you hate about it? I think I really should
The
learn
syntax.
I really should learn programming so I can.
Endoscoping.
So I can't just talk with you, you know? Know what I mean?
Python is good for what it does, to a degree. But I do not like it as a language.
Ah. This is where I wanna go.
It's like that thing where you can respect someone for being good at their job.
Yeah, I was about
But
to
they are
say
still
that.
a dick.
Yeah, I was about to say that. You can keep your concrete. Okay, mark this one here, and then I have my paint. Mark it. Oopie doopie doo. Okay, we're done. Next one is some. About the cheat. I don't care. Okay, some hill. Holy crap. So I got a few of those. I need 130 steel beams, so I do have that. Now I just need to find out where to go. It's all the way up on... this? It's right here. Jesus. Oh, shit. Yep. Nice. Huh? Huh. Okay, we continue. Or in a second.
We hum a simple melody into the effigy, yet we hear no harmony. It covers the temple in bones and organs and limbs, yet ignores our bleeding wounds. Scripture is needed. Consume.
A familiar pattern is emerging in your brain. Please assess yourself for signs of concussion. If necessary, a replacement pioneer will be dispatched. Work must continue. Replacement delivery schedule estimate. Error, years.
No replacement anytime soon, I guess.
Complex features don't get adoption. Species, big ints. I used a lot of big ints. I've big inted. I've big inted quite a few times. Okay.
What?
Big ints are a requirement. New features have guardrails that can't be optimized away. Design inherently slows for network. Too many allocations are hard to elide. The iterator implementation in JavaScript is unfun. Why? Okay, I'm gonna admit something, and I want you guys not to be upset. Can I say something, and no one's gonna be upset here?
That's not gonna happen.
A lot of languages allow you to implement iterators, but not all languages do it equally. Go has the single-handed worst iterator pattern I've ever seen. It is grody, okay? Their little range operation so you can iterate over a list is insanity. Then JavaScript is not good either. JavaScript, not good. Not a big fan. I don't love it, but it's still better than Go. But Rust, it's just so good. I hate that Rust does it the best. And I don't know anything about Elixir, but I'm reliably told that Elixir is actually awesome. Can you do some examples? Oh, yeah.
He likes to do that, huh?
So there you go. This is how Go does it. This is an inline one, which is actually not all that bad. Now notice they use the word yield as a variable name. So yield I is actually invoking the function int bool. But this would be a nicer version of that same function in case you want to be a touch generic. Wait, no, this is not even any generics. There's no generics in here. It's just confusing. Never mind. There's no generics in this bad boy. This shit just sucks. Funk, 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 funk. Yield. Funk, 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 funk. Yield. 5 funks. 1 iteration. Yeah. Anyways, Go just has it awful. This isn't necessarily evil. Of course it's bad. Do you know why it's bad? It's because it turns your for loops not into for loops, but there's like function invocations and stuff like that. It actually changes your code quite a bit. Whereas like with Rust, it doesn't do that. There's actually like there's potential performance issues that are going on here. Go is simple, except for iterators. Yes. Do I like Zig? Yes, I do. I do like Zig. I actually like Zig a lot. All right, let's keep on going. Poor iterator. We're very good with backwards compat. Yep. That's actually one thing that's super awesome about JavaScript. JavaScript just keeps working. It just keeps working. New app features. Let's see. Okay, so they're just making the case that, hey, if we can go faster, we'll be able to ship more features. Aren't these negatives to the user offset by the benefit of the developers? No. I mean, clearly it's a polarity. This is a saying. Not all wins for devs are necessarily wins for users. Okay, fair. Okay, so I think I see what's happening here. They're saying that, hey, security flaws, it's complex. Okay, so I get the idea that we kind of feel their presentation. Their presentation is, hey, we build a bunch of stuff, and then devs sometimes don't even use the new features, and so that's super disappointing. It causes security problems. It makes us have to redo a bunch of stuff. It's making engines progressively more and more complex all the time, and it doesn't benefit users necessarily. Not all dev benefits are user benefits. Not all user benefits are dev benefits. Okay, so we get the idea, right? And so then I think the idea. Oh, dude, look at that! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Where I think we are today, where I think we should go, doing right by users. Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of an interesting way they put it. Oh, I was wondering if I could edit that. Is that they're indexing into trying to make developers more productive, but instead they want to make doing right by the users. All right, so how do we get there? So this is where let's talk about the future. Stonks, turnaround, what engines want. Engines wants to ensure security, performance, and stability. All right, let's see. Not proposing a new process. Not proposing we demote any features. All right, taxonomy of new language features, syntax. Okay, where's the part where they do the third part where we get that niceness, right? All right, so here's the possibility. Let's see, possible solution for syntax features. Developers embraced tooling. Another JS. Let's see, authoring JS is now primarily intermediated by tools. TypeScript continues to grow in popularity. Babel has 50 million downloads a week. TypeScript usage outweighs JavaScript in the state of the survey. Yep. Survey data shows 55 to 99% of developers use frameworks. All right, there we go. It's a win-win. Let's standardize the JS. Let's see. Okay, so JS0 is the language implemented by the engines. JS Sugar are the features that are most. Let's see. That must be compiled by tools to JS0. For developers, JS equals JS0 plus JS Sugar. The naming sucks. Don't worry. He already says, yes, the names could be better. Indulge them for now. Happy to bike shed later. They'll bike shed later. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We already have ES 2016, ES 2017, ES Next, ES 5. Don't worry. JavaScript already sucks at naming conventions anyways. So JS0 and JS Sugar are disjoint. So my guess is what it means by this is that there's a core set of features that the engine runs on. And this would be JS0. And then there's going to be a set of features that are going to be like JS Sugar. And this is just saying that this is effectively stating that to be a transpiler, I can't believe I'm saying this phrase, to transpile one language into another language, JS Sugar into JS0, you must have these set of features. We're going to take your interpreted language and change your interpreted language. There we go. I can't believe I'm saying that. Here we are. Here we are. We're at this point of the life, right? Where's TS? TS is even outside of this. So TS will require you to probably be transported into JS sugar, and then JS sugar will then require you to go to JS 0. That's what I assume. Unfortunately, TypeScript tends to do things not always the same way that is eventually used by the main world. So there probably will also be something called TS sugar and TS 0. So what we'll have is you'll have actually the TS sugar to TS 0 to JS sugar to JS 0 pipeline. This is why Evan Yu got paid $4 million, $4.6 million to build a pipeline. He obviously he's a little privy. He's a little privy to the inner workings, and so they actually had to hire private. They had to get the help of VCs and everything to make this even remotely possible. And at the end of all this TS sugar and TSO and JS sugar and JSO, you get diabetes. Your mom's so fat she probably has triabetes. Now, what's going to actually happen, to be completely fair, is that right now, one thing that actually happens quite frequently is there's actually something that there's experimental features. These are going to be stage 1 and stage 2 proposal type items for TC39. So there's actually going to probably be a place where TSO actually also includes stage 1, stage 2, which will then be brought into this. Now, my personal opinion is that where this is going to break down a lot of things is that JS sugar features are going to appear, and they're going to be the transpilation to a JS 0 is going to cause either significant code bloat. Oh, I just did that from the top for you guys. Did you see that? I wrote the B on the top. That was pretty good. Significant code bloat, or 2, it's going to be like a huge performance sink. Because it's just like there's just not going to be a good way to be able to change it, right? There's just not going to be a good way. Or it's going to have a really, really hard time debugging. Because sometimes debugging can just be, I know there's source maps and I know all these things exist, but like, especially in the future of JS Sugar versus JS 0, you could imagine that your source map, a single JS Sugar operation, could break down into 10, 15, 20, 5, 2 JSO operations. And so then all of a sudden, you need to figure out, okay, when I'm stepping through, this particular JS Sugar operation actually represents 15, and maybe the error is somewhere within this 15. Why is this thing erroring in the middle of this operation? I think there's going to be this whole, like, difficulty. Why not run TypeScript directly in a browser? That should be a TC39's main proposal. I don't think they're going to do it. I think there's some reasons why not. So then we just need Godbolt for JS. We're going to need Godbolt for JS. Griffin, you are 100% correct. We just need Godbolt for JavaScript. I think that's actually the only reasonable answer right now. Is we're going to need to know how these things break down into stuff, right? This is going to be a crazy anti-pattern where simple JS Sugar produces gigantic output. That will exist at some point. There's no way you can tell me that won't exist, especially when something like, because you could imagine this is that, because right now there's like match statements, right? Match statements aren't in the proposal, but you could imagine that now that they have these kind of multi-layered kind of items, perhaps the staging and how features get accepted, maybe that time to acceptance goes down a touch.
For a residence song, scripture becomes harmony, becomes composition. Defile our temple and the threads will sew the windows open.
Pattern analysis continuing. New instruction. Repeat pioneer exposure to alien artifacts. Brain damage compensation packages may be available on successful completion of a special claims form. Our expert Fix-It medical staff are impartial and always open to assess your claim.
I'm sure.
touch, maybe something kind of changes because they know that the engines don't get affected nearly as much by it. So you could imagine a world where you have a match statement, and to be able to do your 3 matches, right? Whatever, I forget what the syntax looks like, right? I forget how the syntax looks like and all this when it comes to the JavaScript proposal. You could imagine that this actually, like, this just first thing right here could be a massive amount of if statements. Because if you're just like, okay, well, I want it when x equals 0 and y is undefined, right? Like, it's going to be this whole thing going on here that has to do a bunch of if checks and all that. Right? Like, there's like a lot that could go on here. And so you may not realize what you're transpiling. And so perhaps, and by the way, perhaps this isn't a good example. I'm just throwing something out there. So JS0 is the newest assembly. JS0, my assumption is JS0 is just going to be JavaScript of a specific flavor. My guess is what it means is that we don't want to implement things like this. Therefore, if we can call this a JS sugar, you can reasonably transform a match statement into JavaScript. Therefore, why not just have the accepted JS sugar set into like 100 lines of JS? It could be 100 lines of JS. JS0 would just be JS bytecode. I somehow don't think it'll be JS bytecode. Unless if that's somehow that doesn't seem like that's what's going to happen, because bytecode is, if I'm not mistaken, pretty inefficient to send across the wire. Maybe I'm incorrect on that one, but I'm pretty sure you generate a lot more bytecode than you do JavaScript. And so I doubt that it'd be sending down bytecode, though that would be great, because if you did send out, so this is more like Hermes. So if you've never looked into Hermes has this idea of static JavaScript where you actually do create the bytecode for it, and then it can run optimizers. It's actually one of the reasons why Go is so much faster than JavaScript, is that you can do a bunch of offline optimizations to everything. How JavaScript, you actually have to call things multiple times before it even attempts to JIT certain functions. And if you also, on top of that, do extra stuff, if you change the arguments, your function's too long, there's all these reasons why it actually goes, it takes longer, or it doesn't happen, or you get unoptimized, all sorts of things. So, yeah, this will be interesting. This is, I am going to be real here for a second, though. I actually think this is pretty interesting thing. I think this, so yeah, Dax, you say you don't understand, you don't know how you feel about it. The reality is we already live in this world now, right? TypeScript, decorators, God knows what else people are using these days. I'm not sure if proxies are officially a part of the JavaScript API or not. So it's like, people already use a lot of these things to begin with. So is it even real or not real? I don't know. Yeah, I agree. That's why I feel like this is just organizing the mess we're already in. Yeah, this is attempting to take the mess and draw these things in. Yeah, proxies are there. Okay, yeah. I just don't use proxies because proxies are effectively the devil. I understand that you want proxies to be useful, but damn, they are just a foot gun. Like, I get there's plenty of great programming language features that are like, GoTo is not bad. GoTo is not a bad thing, and there are times in which a GoTo can be very fantastic. Generally speaking, you should never use it because the 99% of the time, it's absolutely awful, right? It's like the 99.999% of the time, it's the terrible thing to use. But there is that one use case where GoTo is actually a pretty good little item. Why? Oh, I've seen it used in interpreters and stuff like that. GoTo is great for cleanups. Yep. So if you're working with C and you need to be able to do some stuff with cleaning up memory, it's really, really great. I mean, what do you think defer is? Defer is just a named GoTo. You know that, right? That's all defer is. That's all defer is just a named GoTo. When you go defer func, like, this is just pretty much just a GoTo. Here we are. I hope everybody is excited about the new proposal. It sounds like we got a lot of good things going on here. You know, JavaScript is winning every day. JavaScript is just like the stock market. Like, if you go to like Netflix stock, you'll see that Netflix stock is also up today.
Good.
Just like JavaScript tools.
JS winning every day.
Every day.
You like Java?
FTW.
Day is a winning day when it
I
comes
love
to
me
the stock
JavaScript.
market and JavaScript
cool.
tools.
So if I get into...
Java is not JavaScript.
Oh, okay.
Careful with that.
Oh, okay. I hate that some languages sound almost the same.
They are wildly different.
What the? Okay, you love JavaScript. Okay. So if I would ever, for whatever reason, get into JavaScript, you know shit about that. Okay.
I likely have more hours in JS than you have in Poe.
Jesus. I mean, that's your entire professional
Yeah.
career, right?
Not really, no.
What's the language you started with?
My work uses C#.
We watch the waves of the effigies in the shallows passing through the windows.
My
and
first
they're all
language
singing.
was JavaScript.
There's
Oh,
no
wow.
resonance growth. Sing.
I just called the Fix-It doctors. They told me there is definitely no danger from repeat exposure to these signals. In fact, they said it is good for you. I apologize, but the
I
call
doubt
dropped
she called the
suddenly.
doctors.
Otherwise, they would have told you themselves.
Yeah,
The
I
good
doubt
news
that.
is you
I'm
should
sorry.
run towards these strange and dangerous-looking objects whenever you find them. Doctor's orders.
38, I don't believe you, brother. Do we want this? I mean, if there's some copper close, you instantly get 15. That's kind of cute, honestly. Too bad. But, eh. Okay. Mr. Lime, I'm going offline. This week I need to try to go earlier to bed, so yeah. Thank you for watching.
A jet.
Cool, cool.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, more sleepo.
Yeah.
Better.
I get fucked hard by sleep deprivation, like my brain cannot. Yeah. Praise Toucan, and have a good night.